Deadpool has the intelligence of a rock with Down syndrome in this movie. They show him literal footage of Logan's death scene. Funeral, eulogy, shovel in the dirt. Deadpool watches it like an old VHS tape. And what does this moron do? He acts like Logan is still out there, sipping whiskey and chain-smoking cigars. Wade Wilson is a silly character, but he's not stupid. In fact, he actively acknowledges Logan's death multiple times back in Deadpool 2. Logan takes place in 2029. Deadpool and Wolverine in 2024. Clearly shown by the 6 years later jump from 2018 to 2024. So why does the TVA claim that Logan is already dead? They show footage from Logan. They act like the universe is collapsing because Wolverine died. They even use past tense. Your anchor being died. Not will die in 5 years, not is going to, already did. Which means, for that to make any sense at all, the film must be retconning Logan to have happened in or before 2024, even though the original movie clearly states 2029.
Hey Clyde, it's 2029. Why are we still talking about mutants?
Wouldn't Wade Wilson, the fourth wall breaker himself, have something to say about this? This is the same guy who looked directly at the camera to call out lazy writing.
That's just lazy writing.
But whatever. Let's just say that this is a different universe than Logan. One where literally everything is exactly the same, except that the events of Logan happened 5 years earlier. Wade would have at least called out the villain exposits their evil plan trope given by the TVA man. Hell, even Ultron managed to do that. Instead, this absolute moron decides the TVA is wrong. The footage was AI, and Logan is still alive. Because according to him, that's not how regenerative healing factors work. What the hell does he mean by this? Deadpool of all people should know that regenerative healing factors can fail. That's literally something that happens to him in Deadpool 2. But no, Wade decides to dig up Wolverine's body to prove to the all-knowing multiversal organization that he's still alive.
Logan takes place in 2029, totally separate thing. Logan died in Logan, not touching that.
Let's see how that panned out. Or better yet, let's have Deadpool explain it to us.
I know what you're wondering. How are we gonna do this without dishonoring Logan's memory? And I'll tell you how. We're not.
So that was a fucking lie.
The film openly admits that it's going to spit on Logan's grave. But that's the joke. Shut up. Bad writing doesn't become a joke just because this red and black dipshit says it directly to the audience. The film leans entirely on Logan's death for emotional weight. The TVA explains that Wolverine's sacrifice was so powerful it sent shivers down the timeline. The multiverse is crumbling because he died. We're not touching Logan turned out to mean we're caressing him, cradling him under silk sheets, whispering sweet nothings into his ear as we trace the scars on his back, fully entangled with him in the narrative bed. Why does the TVA, the godlike organization in charge of maintaining the multiverse, opt to use literal sticks as their weapon of choice? Why not implement your highly advanced void teleporting tech into some sort of gun? How do they all agree, nah, sticks good? And if they truly had no other option, why teleport 20 feet away from Deadpool when they could easily just blink behind him and cuff him while he's unprepared? Clearly, they are able to maneuver an ambush like that because they literally did it in the previous scene. Are they brain dead? I've seen choreography better than this in a CW show. I'm not going to talk about Loki. I'm not going to accept, oh, well that was explained in Loki, as a defense for this movie's shitty execution. I know that the TVA was established in Loki, but I would rather be chained to a boulder and have my eyes brutally pecked out by falcons than watch that shit. A movie should stand on its own. The audience should not be required to watch 9 hours and 50 minutes of a Disney Plus show beforehand in order to understand the movie they're watching. You know who did watch Loki, though? Deadpool, apparently. He's repeatedly shown to essentially be an MCU audience member. He knows about the Avengers, Captain America, all the different X-Men movies, and even the MCU itself. So why then, despite his elite ball knowledge, does he ignore the existence of incursions? Surely, if he's familiar with the MCU's world building, he knows that bringing another universe's Wolverine into his universe is prone to cause an incursion. Did he just skip Multiverse of Madness? God, I hope so. What a shit show that movie was. I don't hate this movie. I just think the setup is terrible and the writing is lazy. The rest of it is pretty enjoyable. It's just an action movie, and I think it's pretty funny. I also like the cameos, especially Gambit. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about Deadpool and Wolverine.